Hello everybody. Welcome to, a Mystery Incorporated review. I said I would do this so long ago, and you might recognize this footage. It's the exact footage I used for the Velma video, because I forgot to record more. But yeah, welcome to the Mystery Incorporated review. I said last time I would review the show Mystery Incorporated if my Velma video got 5 likes. We actually doubled that. So after a long while, I ended up watching the first episode a couple days later, and then absolutely disliking the episode a lot. And finally, after a while, a couple weeks back, I decided to watch the rest of the show. And I'm going to admit, I should not have stopped at the first episode. The show is actually pretty good. It's a fun show, and it should not be looked down on. It was really fun. It actually was funny, you know? Unlike Velma, and actually had development and story for their characters that was interesting. Each character had their own dynamic, and I found it funny how the show started off with Shaggy and Velma, dating, and by the end of the first season, they were not. It was a funny way they did so many funny things with the dating dynamic of the characters. As for Daphne and Fred cared more about traps than literally any one of his friends. And it was really funny just watching Fred in one scene going, "Hey, I made this super cool scrapbook of all of our time together," to Daphne, and then Daphne goes, "Oh, that's so sweet." And then Fred goes, "Yeah, it's all the traps we made." And then later he loses the scrapbook, and he drops the scrapbook and has Daphne in his arms. They're running away from, this monster. This is literally the second episode, by the way. Or second or third. I don't remember. And then he just throws Daphne to the floor so he can pick up the scrapbook of the traps that they used to defeat their villains. And they left empty pages for more traps in the future. The show was quite funny, and I actually quite enjoyed how the older Mystery Incorporated and the Legend... I gotta admit, though, the finale was super duper, it was so bad. I did not like the finale at all. The finale was really, really bad. I wish the finale was better. Way better. The problem with the finale was that it ended up, not being very interesting or good. Everything in the finale was just boring. It wasn't good. I didn't like how... I'm contradicting myself, but I didn't like how they just summed everything up to, magic within the last few episodes of the season, because even Velma states it. Everything has a logical explanation, and by the end of the show, it wasn't. It was just magic and reincarnation and a curse. And I think I preferred it better when you can kind of scientifically explain it as something that could possibly happen. And it ended up just being a huge mess of a finale that ended up just being boring. And it was like, oh my god, friendship, yay. And it ended up not being that interesting. The finale in Season 2 were definitely a lot worse than Season 1. Season 1 was so funny. and season 2 was only kind of funny. It had some funny moments in it, and that's not to say the show is ever, like, awful, like Velma. But I'm gonna have to be the one to admit here that it could have been way better, and one of the things that could have made it better was a better season 2, a better plot, instead of just going, well, we can't explain how they went into a dream world anymore. That's not possible. We tried to explain it with science last season, and I mean, that was okay, but now we're just gonna go magic. And I didn't like the magic aspect. I think the magic aspect of the the show really made it worse. And I don't know. I really didn't like that. But the rest of the show is super funny. I think my favorite character ended up being Fred, because he's an absolute Chad. Every time Daphne's like, "Aw, I love you, Fred," he goes, "And I love traps." Like Subaru from ReZero. You know, "Oh, I love you," and he goes, "I love Amelia." It's really funny. I suggest you go watch the show. It's on Netflix, both the seasons. It was pretty funny. That's probably one of the only reasons I was able to watch it, because it was on Netflix. It was a very funny show. Overall, I would give it a 8 out of 10. It was pretty funny. It's better than average, the first season at least, but that second season really drags it down. It wasn't as good, and I liked the mystery they had in season 1 a lot better than season 2. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video. I know this footage is even more sped up than before, because it was sped up footage. But, you know, I could not talk for as long as I could for Velma. So a lot less to say, because I actually liked this, and there's a lot more to say when you hate something. But yeah, I finally completed this review. Again, as I said in yesterday's review, I plan on posting and recording and streaming a lot more because of I got a new computer, a higher end computer, and yeah, I assume you'll see that in the future. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.